The samurai's death was once a storm of loyalty and pride. But in the peaceful machinery of Edo Japan, even death required paperwork. This is the story of how the ultimate act of honor, seppuku, became a regulated, documented, and witnessed ritual of bureaucracy. Long before Tokugawa peace, seppuku, literally cutting the belly, was born amid chaos. On battlefields, a defeated warrior might open his abdomen to prove courage and loyalty. The hara, the belly, was believed to be the seat of the spirit, the center of sincerity and will. To cut it open meant to reveal the soul itself, to die without deceit or fear. Yet this gesture was agonizing. Cutting the abdomen brought not swift death, but hours, sometimes a whole night, of agony. From this cruelty emerged compassion, the role of the kaishakunin, the second who grants release. The kaishakunin stood behind or beside the dying man, ending his suffering with one swift stroke. It was not execution, it was mercy. Chosen for composure and skill, he embodied compassion through mastery. One died with dignity, the other offered release. Even death, for the samurai, had etiquette. After centuries of war, Tokugawa Ieyasu's victory in 1600 brought peace, a peace the shogunate vowed to preserve at all costs. The new government regulated everything: weapons, marriages, taxes, even how one might die. Yet old warrior passions still burned. When a lord died, his retainers often followed him in death, oibara or junshi, following in death. In 1657, when Lord Nabeshima Katsushige of Heisen Saga died, 26 retainers took their own lives, by choice, not command. Their deaths were celebrated as ultimate devotion. The shogunate saw danger in such loyalty. If devotion could drive men to die, could it not also drive rebellion? In 1663, the government banned junshi, punishing domains that allowed it. The message was clear: loyalty must serve the living state, not die with a master. Thus began the shogunate's domestication of death. Personal honor turned into obedience. From forbidden junshi emerged a new system: licensed seppuku. By mid-Edo, seppuku had become a judicial sentence. Commoners were executed, officials beheaded. But samurai were granted the honor of seppuku, death with dignity. Ceremonies took place in temples or courtyards under official supervision. The magistrate recorded every detail: cause, time, witnesses. Death became a file in a ledger. The procedure was precise. 1. A crime or disgrace occurred. 2. A petition for leniency was sent to Edo. 3. If approved, a permit for seppuku was issued. The condemned wrote a farewell poem, the jisei, and awaited the appointed day. The tatami, the white robes, the short blade, every detail followed official order. Even in dying, a samurai served the state's discipline. By the Edo era, most no longer completed the full cut. They lightly touched the blade to the abdomen before the kaishakunin struck. The ideal death was clean, swift, and controlled. Obedience made art. The kaishakunin had to strike without hesitation. A perfect cut was a final act of compassion. Seppuku became political theater. Lords ordered retainers to die to display authority. Shoguns granted it to criminals as mercy. Domains staged it to maintain fear and obedience. Death became virtue performed for the state. The samurai's last freedom, to choose his own death, was absorbed by bureaucracy. Late Edo thinkers mocked seppuku as empty showmanship, yet its aura of discipline endured. The ideal of honorable death echoed into modern Japan, in military codes, in national duty, in the belief that loyalty outweighed life itself. Seppuku began as defiance, a warrior's final act of freedom. But in the quiet corridors of Tokugawa power, it became a tool of control. A death approved by seal, witnessed by scribes. In a world without war, the shogunate learned to command even death itself. The sword no longer served justice, it served paperwork. If you enjoyed this journey into Japan's hidden past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.